Hello YouTubers, this is Kodichukwu again and I'm back on TechLoom. Today I'm going to talk about a very simple thing that helps you to transfer data from any SATA hard drive, any SATA connector hard drive. So stick around as I explain to you how this can be beneficial to you. So here we go. Okay, this tool you're looking at here is actually a SATA connector to a USB 3.0 connector. And this thing is actually a kind of a minimalistic way to connect your hard drives, either your 2.5 millimeter hard drive or 3.5 millimeter hard drive, like the huge hard drive and the small hard drive. When I mean huge hard drive, I mean something like this. Now, this is the back old style hard drive, or this is the mechanical hard drive, not SSD, solid state drives. This is the normal hard drive. But one good thing about this is that you can actually connect this to this and point this at your 3.0 connector, USB connector on your system or on your laptop to be able to bring out the information inside this hard drive. In fact, I made it a duty to document hard drives where I store some particular very important data of mine that is generated from my various activities, my video recordings and many other things, my music composition and so many things. So at a point, I found out that my ordinary hard drives or the cloud hard drives, sometimes they get filled up and sometimes they crash and all your data goes away. So with this, I'm able to buy as much hard drives as I like, both the small hard drives and the huge hard drives like this, and I'm able to duplicate most of my data, especially the very important ones. I duplicate them into 2 or 3 hard drives so that I can be able to store them and will not be afraid of losing any of my data. In fact, losing data is one of the biggest nightmare you can ever have in your life. Don't pray to have it. So it's important you have something like this with something like this, which makes it very simple for you to back up your computer, your phone, or any other thing that stores data into maybe a simple hard drive, very less expensive. This is very less expensive, and you can buy them at very cheap prices and keep. And this thing can just make it very easy for you to document your data into hard drives, both the laptop hard drive and the desktop hard drive. This is the desktop hard drive, 3.5 millimeter hard drive, and we have the little ones. But what I used to do is I go on AliExpress and I buy the normal SSD hard drives of about 128 gigs, which I use to store data at a minimal level. You know, I don't like the huge 2 terabytes, the 5 terabytes, and all those things. I'm always very scared of them because imagine when you have a lot of loads of information in one 4 terabyte, for instance, and everything crashes and everything goes, because I am also aware that SSDs also break down and you lose data. So I'm very, very skeptical about keeping lots of data in one huge hard drive. So I like to segment them, put them in different places, because one thing about hard drives is that the less you access them, the longer they live. So the more you copy and delete, the more you lose data from that hard drive, the more the lifeline of the hard drive goes down. So if you have hard drives that you can just keep something there and do not disturb the hard drive, it keeps it running. And that's where some of these things become very, very handy. Don't get me wrong. For a hard drive this large or this mechanical or this power consuming, you might need an extra 12 volt input from here, which will supply the power enough to drive this hard drive. Okay, I transited from some other Docker systems like the one I have here. I will review later to tell you how I actually used it, and it was very fantastic. So, but this time around, I just want to introduce you to this, which is a USB 3.0 connector with this SATA connector which can help you to store a lot of your data and you'll never lose them. And sometimes, like some of us that are very organized, we have a way of documenting them. We'll put some stickers on each of the hard drives to show the content of this hard drive, because sometimes they look so identical. So sometimes you have to find a way to make them distinct from each other, and you can, but from a glance, know exactly what you have on each of the hard drive. So this is what I want to talk to you about today, and I hope it's going to be a lot of benefit to you. So see you in the next video. Bye.